Welcome to Booted Dudes, a Doomtown Reloaded podcast. Today is the very first episode of the Booted Dudes On The Run Special Edition. In today's episode, the Booted Dudes travel to Bochum, where they play their first, and possibly Germany's first, shootout tournament. If we are wrong on that, please let us know. And also, a quick disclaimer, the audio quality is gonna be a lot worse than usually because we are on a train and there's babies crying and everything. So, we hope you can still enjoy this episode. Have fun. Hello and welcome to Booted Dudes On The Run Special Edition.
To the Bochum tourney, shootout tourney, actually.
Where we are going to play today. So Hans, we are not booted today. Why is that?
Actually, I am a little bit booted because we did some training last night till about half past midnight. So but I hope my fourth ring Huckster deck will do some serious damage today.
Well, we all hope that. So, but today we went to the railroad station and we booted the railroad station, and now basically we can move anywhere in Gomorrah without booting. But still, we are going to our first tournament ever in Doomtown. It's very exciting.
So we hope that there will be at least 6 players.
Yeah, that would be great.
On Facebook there were like 5 people who were interested, in my Facebook at least. So we don't know much about the meta yet.
Nothing at all.
So
So before we talk about our decks, did you prepare for any kind of meta?
No, not really.
All right.
I'm just gonna have fun with Funtime Freddy.
That's good. Well, I did pack a lot of cheating punishment cards. I think I have
me too.
8 in my deck. Because I think some people in the shootout tournament, they said on Facebook that they are quite new to the game. And I think if you're new, the first thing that you do is build a deck that cheats a lot.
Yeah,
because you know how draw structures work.
4 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I hope to punish a lot of people for cheating. Okay, let's talk about the decks. What are you bringing today?
Actually, I bring a 4th ring Huckster deck with a lot of hexes, and Funtime Freddy. And I hope I'm gonna use fetch a lot to get me some cards, and that's why I'm pretty looking forward to people who are cheating, because I'm gonna get to have a lot of cards.
You can fetch your stuff.
Yeah.
So how does your deck win? What is your dream scenario?
My dream scenario is pretty I'm playing many cheap deeds and trying to defend the deeds by using cards like Secret Passage.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Yeah,
Secret Tunnel? Secret Passage? I don't know.
Something like that, yeah. And to do some stuff with Puppet to get the influence on my side.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically the way.
Okay. And you have Nicodemus Waitley and the Waitley Estate, which is awesome flavor-wise.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do a combo, but yesterday evening it never worked. So
no, not really. But your deck did win. Okay, so it's a Huckster deck. And
so what about your deck?
I play Morgan, of course, but I switched from the Morgan Kettle Company because I got too frustrated playing a deed as my first action with the Morgan Kettle ability and then having Irving Patterson killed because he's booted somewhere in the middle of town. So I'm playing the Gadgetoria, whatever. And I hope to get some gadgets on my starting hand. My deck is very light on deeds, actually. but I do play all the 4 wrenches that exist. And I have this one grifter from Morgan who has the ability that if you don't have a deed, you can discard the top 10 cards, and if you have a wrench, you can put it in your hand and exchange it for another card.
And that's pretty cool because they're really good wrenches.
Oh yeah, I really hope to have no wrench and then draw into the Circle M wrench or something. And then basically I just build gadgets a lot, and I have 4 of the biocharged neutralizers, and I start with 3 mad scientists, and I really hope to make them studs, and then hopefully just kill some people.
We will see. And how do you win?
That's
pretty hard. That's pretty hard for your deck.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for my deck. Actually, I do win either by my opponent thinking I am not as good a shooter as I am, and then losing important dudes early on. And then if I don't win early on, then I basically just have to wait until I draw into my wrenches and play Max Bane and that kind of stuff, and then go into all control mode. But I don't know. It never happened yesterday either. So we'll see.
Okay. So we'll have another podcast when we are returning.
Oh yes, we are gonna be back. Until then, I wish you good luck in the tournament. I hope we don't play each other like very early on.
Yeah, me too.
And let's see what the day brings. Bye bye.
Bye.
And we're back at the railroad station in Bochum. So Hans, how did the tournament go?
Yeah, not very well, I guess. I was 4th, which means was second last.
Yeah, but it's almost top 3.
Yeah, it is. But first game was against you.
Yes, it was.
Which was
it wasn't very spectacular.
Yeah.
No, I drew very lucky. I think I had a 5 of a kind in a very early shootout against 2 hucksters.
Yeah.
And they both dropped.
Yeah, and that was it, basically.
Yeah. It dragged on for some rounds, but it was like even I felt the pain while playing.
Yeah.
It was horrible. So that was round 1, and we both protested because we were really hoping to play against a lot of new players.
Yeah.
But then we did. So what was your second round like?
The second round was against an Oddities of Nature deck, which I guess didn't really have an option to win. So he put basically all Pagliaccios into the town square, and I started to build deeds. Of course, his starting Tom wasn't very clever because I had a Bobo, so I attacked him with stud 5 Abomination. So, yeah, it was not a really good game for him, and I couldn't really see how he was winning.
Just to clarify for people who don't have the cards ready, Smiling Tom is a very, very strong huckster.
Huckster 4.
Yeah, he's huckster 4, but he can only move where there is other 4th ring dudes. And then Bobo is an Abomination, and he has 1 stud, but he gains 1 additional stud for like the best huckster in the game. The best huckster rating that exists is added to his 1 stud.
Yeah.
So you had a 5 stud Bobo on turn 1. And how did the game go on then?
So then I used California tax office to tax his Tom, and he was also losing his Tom, and that's basically was the game.
Because he couldn't pay.
Yeah, he couldn't pay it.
Oh my god,
and,
that is horrible. That is so painful.
So, and the last game, I was playing against Desolation Row hucksters. No, not Desolation Row, Sloan, and yeah, so this was going a little bit back and forth. I don't really remember, and in the end he won. So what about your games?
Well, so I have nothing to add to the first game, but I got really lucky in an early firefight. So my second game was against a Lordox player, and it was actually the owner of the pub where we were playing. And right at the first turn, he played illegal instruments and attached it to my deed. So I didn't really know it was possible before, but suddenly he had this kind of little courtroom in the middle of my town, and then he just put all his deputies in there, and all of a sudden he had 3 control points on the first turn, and I couldn't really do anything about it. So I was about to lose, but then some things turned out lucky for me. I had 2 of the mad scientists who had this weapon attached, the what is it called? biofeedback. No, it's something. Biocharged neutralizer.
Neutralizer, yeah.
Yeah, I had 2 of those, so I was very strong in firefights. And then I won very, very closely, but it was a long game and it was really tense. Really good game. And a great player. And the third game was against the same weird abomination deck that you played, with Smiling Tom and all the Pagliaccios. And I do remember killing some of those Pagliaccios, but it wasn't really a problem for him. But then he didn't really have any deeds, and I made a lot of money, and he didn't. And then in the end, he just suddenly played Election Day Slaughter, and he put all his stuff in the middle of the town. And I also put all my stuff in there, because I only had 2 of the studs. Again, it was like a mad scientist with the weapon. But then I thought I have the better draw, so maybe I would be able to win. But then we played, I think, 3 or 4 shootout rounds, and we would always have the same hand. So it was always like we both had a full house.
So you were both discarding?
Suddenly, yes, very slowly, all of our dudes started dropping. And then in the end, all of his guys were dead. And I had only a Smiling Jack and an Irving Peterson remaining. But it was enough. So Irving ran over to one of his deeds.
I hate that.
Oh, it's so great. And so he saved the day for me. So I got the first place. And I have a shiny new mat now. Hey. Awesome.
Congratulations to the winner of the first German shootout tourney.
Thank you very much. We have been discussing if maybe this was the first tournament in all of Germany with Doomtown. We still have to do some researching, but we couldn't find any. So it might have been the first official, kind of official event. So what about the venue?
It was a fantasy-themed pub. Quite nice atmosphere, I guess.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. There was much space and stuff. We were the only tourney, so they said maybe next time there's also magic or something. But it was really quiet, and you can really, concentrate very well.
Yeah.
So it's basically quite cool, I think.
Yeah, I also think it was very nice. Like seeing new players playing decks that we haven't seen before. It was very exciting. And everybody was really nice about everything. All in all, really nice tournament. We enjoyed being there. Thanks again very much to Stich, was his name, I think, the host. And we're happy to be there again someday, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, have a good night, everybody. And we are booting home now. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you have any feedback, suggestions, or comments, please send them to booteddudes@gmail.com. Music by Tatechnita. You can visit his homepage at www.tatechnita.de. Have a great day, everybody. We are booting home now. Bye-bye.